GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand. You know you are special when you're with GT Holidays.
Set BRITTO'S Academy, the first American accredited school.
Hello and welcome to Galata Plus. In this video review episode, we are going to be talking about Ghoomer, which stars Abhishek Bachchan and Saiyami Kher. The film is directed by Balki and he spruces up a predictable underdog sports drama with trademark Balkiisms and a genuine sense of darkness. Yes, this is a feel-good film, but with Chup and Ghoomer, you get the sense that Balki has entered a new phase that's darker and more exciting than what we knew him for earlier. Now that's the short review. The longer review follows and it may have a lot of spoilers, so do watch at your own discretion. Now, every underdog sports drama is something you've seen before, right? So how do you make things different? For one, you give the audience two underdogs. The first is Anina, that is Saiyami Kher. She's a promising cricketer who loses her right hand in an accident. And the second is Paddy, that's the Abhishek Bachchan character. He is a once promising player who is now a drunk and who now reshapes Amina from batter to spin bowler. But even this has been seen before, right? The stern, down on his luck coach and his determined ward. So how do you still push the narrative into a different zone? By adding an angle we saw in films like Dushman, that film in which Rajesh Khanna played a sinner who was asked to do something to repent for his sins as his punishment. Is it better to throw a man into jail for what he has done, or is it better to give him a chance to correct his mistakes and then maybe throw him into jail? This isn't something that comes up in your usual underdog sports drama. Based on a one-line synopsis, you'd find nothing new in Ghoomer, but R. Balki and his co-writers, that is Rahul Sengupta and Rishi Virmani, managed to put a new spin on this old story. The Balkiisms are all over, in the way the palindromic nature of Anina's name comes to reflect her cricket. It's in the way Angad Bedi is reduced to a pretty boy arm candy, the way heroines usually are. It's in the way destiny brings Paddy into Anina's life, and it's in the too clever wordplay, lefty hai, left he hai, or the nickname of Lady Dhaga, or the conflation of bowl as in speak and bowl as in the action, cricketing action. But consider a line like, your left hand has to earn the right to bowl. The left-right wordplay is clever, sure, but there's a deeper meaning in the statement that you have to work very hard to get what you want. Life owes no one anything. Even the Lady Dhaga bit comes to mean something really big by the end. Ghoomer hits all the right notes. Translation, I was tearing up big time during the big match at the end. The cast is solid, especially Shabana Azmi as Anina's no-nonsense grandmother. And Balki writes a great monologue for Paddy where he juxtaposes the logic that makes us look for meaning versus the magic that makes things happen effortlessly. At this moment, you see why Paddy, who's shut in a dark and gloomy home as opposed to Anina's sunshine bright residence, he is the way he is. Yes, this is a feel-good film. Anina is welcomed back to cricket in a way that defies logic and suggests magic. Her selectors do the right thing. Her teammates are super welcoming. Her boyfriend is super supportive. Her big cricket debut after the loss of her hand is a huge success. But then you knew that, right? And all of India cheers for her by watching women's cricket. But that equivalent of Lagan's last ball sixer, there's real darkness and rage behind that moment, a genuine sense of unfairness and betrayal. Saiyami Kher shows it all on her wide open face, and Abhishek Bachchan lays bare his dark side in a way that he hasn't perhaps since Ram Gopal Verma's Nach. There's real pain when he says he wants to know what winning feels like. Anina gets a scene of self-pity where she lashes out at her boyfriend, but Paddy has moved beyond self-pity and is now neck-deep in self-hatred. He has a trans woman, Rakhi's sister, played by Ivanka Das. He's both gruffly affectionate with her and yet shockingly dismissive of her. Because he hates himself so much, the real reason comes later, he cannot stand anyone showing him any kind of love. And with the supremely talented Anina, we sense that he sees what he once was, and this is why he is so cruel to her after she's been selected to represent India. Balki leaves all this as subtext for us to read if we want to, but it's there. He does not redeem Paddy in front of her eyes. He does not hit the scenes hard, whether it is Anina's post-accident trauma or Paddy's big secret. The visuals, the lines, they speak for themselves, and I was terribly moved by Paddy's reason for helping Anina. He says, किसी से बेवजह कोई चीज छीना जाए, वो गलत है. I'm paraphrasing, but the gist is this: it's wrong if something is snatched away from someone without reason. And by the film's end, we realize how this line truly ties up with these characters. And yet Paddy does not show any sympathy for Anina, whose right hand has been snatched away without reason, without logic, because he knows that her path ahead is tough and he cannot afford to be soft on her. These scenes reminded me of Amitabh Bachchan in Black. His character was equally tough on his pupil. In Ghoomer, there is an air of destiny and darker things that we don't usually see in Balki's cinema. It's fate that brings Paddy into Anina's life. It's the same fate that makes her lose that hand, and it's that same fate that makes Paddy return to her life to reshape her back into a cricketer. This sense of destiny is present in Amit Trivedi's excellent Purna Viram, a song that gives us a sense of an ending of something as well as the beginning of something else. With Chup and Ghoomer, Balki seems to have entered a new phase that's darker and more exciting than what we knew him for earlier. I have always been a fan, even when the films have been facile and underwhelming, but now he may have just positioned himself at a very interesting place, at a place where the Balki style glibness is giving way to Balki style gravitas. Now that is a brand new spin. So that's it about Ghoomer. If you like this video review, do subscribe to Galata Plus and see you soon at the movies.
GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand. You know you are special when you're with GT Holidays.
25 years of St. BRITTO'S Academy.